Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Game number 2 now is upon us. Blue Pikachu versus Digital Chaos here in this best of 3. DC, of course, up 1-0. It wasn't an easy victory by any means, but we're able to come back and behind Quake Fuzz, Broodmother, especially getting level 25, just clearly became a little bit too much to handle by the time the game was over. Obviously, overall, the team effort, though, and thus the Game 1 victory was theirs. Game number 2, though, I'm looking forward to seeing how this one plays out. I am Breaky CPK once again. This time, however, I am going to be joined by a co-caster now, thank God. I'm going to be joined by General Jivakiss. How's it going, man?
Radiant team pick.
Are you there, General Jivakiss? This is what happens when we do not test this beforehand. All right, well, we'll hope that... Nope, I heard something.
Hello?
Hey, there we go. We got something. How's it
10
going?
seconds remaining.
Hi, Breaky, man. Sorry, I didn't have my mic switched on. You know, just
5 seconds
caster things. No, what a great first game, though. Like, Blue Pikachu managed to hold off that onslaught. Like I said before the game began, it looked like Digital Chaos. Tiny, super strong at the moment, and also Qualifier on that Broodmother. I was like, oh my god, they're going to stomp this. And they managed to hold it off. No problem at all.
Yeah, that was something. I mean, definitely props to Blue Pikachu again for putting the fight that they did and making it very, very interesting. It almost looked like they were going to be starting to run away with it, but yeah, DC, too much in the end. So we got a draft to talk about, though, here in game number 2, so let's start getting into it. First off, the initial bans. It was Wyvern, Slardar, and Night Stalker taken away from Blue Pikachu. You had Brewmaster, Lone Druid, and Bounty Hunter on the side of DC. So a little bit of response from either team from the first game. And then we had a Bane into a Shadow Shaman Beastmaster. And now the Tiny coming out once again for Digital Chaos. So what do you make of the draft so far here, Jivakiss?
Oh, I don't know if they wanted to let the Tiny through again. I'm really surprised not to see it being first ban, and that, you know, you've got 3 bans to pick from. I don't know why they let it through. They don't think the Tiny was that big of a deal. Is that what it is? They didn't ban out the Brood either. Shadow Shaman, different lineup though. A lot of lockdowns. Beastmaster with a Roar, really strong in the offlane as well. But Bane is really strong in this patch as well.
Tiny's interesting because I know, like, overall, Tiny's been considered a pretty powerful hero for a lot of the meta currently as far as with the new patch. But, I mean, I will say that first game, Tiny clearly wasn't that... it was a Broodmother, right? Like, Tiny wasn't really that big of a deal for Blue Pikachu in the first game. So I guess I could see why they chose to leave that option open at least. For DC to pick up again. But yeah, the Bane's another very interesting one. I'm excited to see again. I was making a point. This is the first time I get a cast with the patch here at this point. But so I haven't casted a Bane game yet with the new patch. But Bane's had an interesting journey already. He's already got pretty good nerfed to start the patch, but he's still a pretty strong one.
I mean, I think PPD's journey back to professional Dota 2 player, I think he's kind of just brings Bane with him. You know, it's like synonymous with him. But I mean, Ice Rock has been so kind to Bane in this patch. Even people playing him, trying to play him as a core mid hero.
Beastmaster, Shadow Shaman for Blue Pikachu. Beastmaster has been another one that I know, especially on the pub side of things, really kind of jumped up the win rate chart with the changes that he had. I do love the idea of the whole random neutral creep at level 4 of Call of the Wild right there, so we'll see what he's able to bring to the table. But they're going to throw a Clockwork in as well. This is a very, very active Blue Pikachu team so far.
I like the Clockwork. It gives you that position 4 is going to be the roamer. He's got the BKB Piercing Stun, the Cogs. I like it. Oh, we're going to see Sand King and just, yeah, okay, that's going to be their roaming 4.
Sand King response. I mean, I'm talking about how active Blue Pikachu could potentially be, but man, Digital Chaos, just a similar route for them with what they're picking up right here. And you know, we did see last game even potential, or I guess last game, no, they did not go aggressive Tiny in the end. They ended up with the safe lane, but they protected him pretty well, so expecting perhaps a similar thing here. And Timbersaw going to be their 4th pick after what's the Vengeful Spirit for Blue Pikachu. So definitely pick. I mean, hell, DC is pretty confident with the draft. They haven't used reserve time yet.
10 seconds remaining.
Still sitting there. So they're pretty confident with what they have going. But I guess now the question is, what are they going to final pick here? Because you figure they probably need a mid hero with their final pick. Consider if they choose to send the Tiny safe lane, of course, and Timbersaw off lane. But I mean, they could mix things up here, so we'll see.
I mean, Timbersaw could play mid, and that's an option. But at the same time,
DC's
I think they've
turn
got a
to
lot of
ban.
lockdown. I'm not sure Timbersaw
DC's turn to pick.
is the greatest pick. Broodmother going to feel that final ban, and Viper going to get banned. There's so many mids getting banned out. They're kind of focusing in on it. They obviously.
Yeah.
Sort of Invoker or something, maybe.
Oh yeah, I guess Invoker's still on the board. I know Qualifier definitely has history playing that hero, that's for sure. So
10 seconds
can't blame them
remaining.
for banning the Broodmother. That's understandable from Blue
5
Pikachu, and
seconds
even the
remaining.
Viper response from Digital Chaos. But as you're pointing out, you look at across the board. I mean, really is a lot of heavy mid heroes being banned here. So I brought up both teams as far as their Dodo buffs before ending this patch. So maybe we could pull up that real quickly. Yeah, nothing obvious. A sniper, one game for Digital Chaos. I mean, that's still on the board as a potential pickup. But again, we really haven't had a lot to work with yet as far as what teams are liking to run.
I think TA looks pretty nice for Blue Pikachu.
Okay. Why is
Just
that?
with the armor
Radiant
piercing,
team pick.
maybe give them the ability to. Oh, we're gonna get Omni Knight, so it will be Timber mid, or it could be Tiny mid, but unlikely without an IO.
Okay. Yeah, very interesting. Omni Knight coming out. No, I was gonna say, are we gonna see a core Bane
10
here? Is that gonna
seconds
be a thing
remaining.
at this point? No. But no, that's probably gonna stick to the support
5
Bane.
seconds remaining.
Very interesting final pick. I wonder why the Omni Knight though. With what does he really bring? I guess the repel is okay this game. It's honestly not even that good this game. There's still plenty that can go through it anyway, so repel's not going to be like that great of an ability. And there's Guardian Angel, of course, which is always pretty good. But I don't know. Omni Knight to me doesn't feel like an obvious pick here.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe we'll. No, I just. They obviously have a plan, right? They obviously have a plan. We got Timbersaw, we got Tiny, we got Omni Knight. They got a plan. They got Vengeful Spirit in the core role for Blue Pikachu as well. I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah, what that plan is, though, I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Vengeful Spirit in that core role, another one of those heroes that those changes as part of that B patch right there to maybe tone things down a little bit. But yeah, the core potential Vengeful Spirit. Now you throw the Ursa to top it all off. But so if they're okay, So Villain was playing the Viper last game. So does that mean we're probably going to see the Ursa mid, the Vengeful Spirit, of course, in the safe lane, and then you expect Beastmaster as more of the off lane for them. But yeah, the Vengeful Spirit core right here. I mean, the swap is nice potentially, but again, if you're a core Vengeful Spirit, you're really looking to use it for that purpose. So, and I personally, I've never been the biggest fan of a Vengeful Spirit core, but we'll see it here for Blue Pikachu, I guess.
They're going to switch things up for DC though. Qualifier, he's going to pick up Tiny. He's going to take that mid, I guess. And Mason will take the safe lane with the Timbersaw. Is that how they play it?
Oh wow, yeah. Oh, that's a good point actually.
Well, we'll see. I don't know whether or not Qualifier will be the mid, but I mean that's normally that's his normal position.
Yeah. No, that definitely is, and just last game Mason was playing the Tiny though, so yeah, clearly swapping things up right here, and maybe that is that insight of deciding to send Tiny mid because of it. So
well, we'll see if Qualifier can do more with the Tiny. Maybe he's like, that's not how you play Tiny. Let me show you.
So some shit talk going on within the team. Yeah, the new man on campus, and Qualifier is like, all right, I'll show you guys how it's done. I bet who? Yeah, I don't know if that's going to be happening, but Qualifier is definitely a great player in his own right. I don't think a lot of people would argue against that. So in that first game, he most certainly did pretty good on that Broodmother here. So now see how he does on the Tiny this time.
Smoke bottom and a smoke top. No, they've not smoked the bottom yet, at least, but it looks like they're going to trade 1 for 1 across the runes, just top and bottom instead of left and right.
So MSS playing the Omni Knight and more of the off lane. That set that he has, by the way, is pretty cool.
Is it the new one, is it?
He's got the wings on his back.
Oh, yeah. The hood, the mortal hammer.
Yeah. That is pretty badass. Maybe we're going to see that Spirit Vessel again. Definitely one of the new items that's been fun to see. Is that like of the new items, you think Spirit Vessel is kind of the one that we should see in competitive play, perhaps the most chance?
I think so. It basically effectively gives you an AA on the team without having to pick AA. It's huge.
Mm-hmm. That's a good point.
Easy build up as well from the urn. So you would always have the urn anyway, and the extra heal and stuff. I mean, it's just a lovely position 4 support item to pick up, I think.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing for me is the fact that it's just like, yeah, you would get urn already in so many cases. Now having that upgrade, but you get urn early on. Having the upgrade, it just kind of makes it more of a late game potential item too. So mid to late game. Anyways, last game, I know you weren't with me last game. It sounds like you were watching it at least. We had the swaps happening, and right now we already have a swap off the bat. Omni Knight and Sand King come to the bottom lane, and they're going to start duking it out down here against what is the Ursa Clockwork. So it's a melee fest at the bottom lane, but clearly Digital Chaos, they must have expected some kind of an aggressive lane from Blue Pikachu, but that's not the case here. I
think there's no real surprises from the draft for what Blue Pikachu's lineup is going to be. I don't think they could really go one way or another with it. Just that's how you expect those heroes to be. I like the fact they've got the Bulba down here to try and make a bit of mess. Omni needs to get a little bit of farm, I think, to be effective. And offlane's really been this patch in competitive play. Offlane seems to be where things are shining.
Oh, bottom lane. Speaking of shining, Clockwork's going to go down. First blood drawn by MSS on the Omni Knight. I mean, he kind of just almost screwed himself there in a sense. The cogs were just that extra wall that made it so he was not getting away. Clockwork clearly a little too confident with what he had going on. I mean, he had the boots, so that's probably why, but he had boots on Sand King, and obviously Omni Knight boots himself even, which I think he might have just gone, but still. You get the point. It did not work out in their favor in this melee fest down here.
No, it was perfect. He got him in the repel, kept himself in the purification range. It was a great little clock mark.
Yeah. So Tiny last game. I know it's a different player playing it, and Qualifier and Mason as we addressed, but one of the interesting things was the idea that he chose to not get a Blink Dagger last game. Didn't have that mobility item. Do you see that happening again here, or being the mid Tiny this time around, different player? Is he gonna get a blink? You think it would be better?
I think he needs. I mean, they've got so much mobility. You've got swaps, you've got clock, you've got Ursa's going to build a blink. Beastmaster's going to probably build a blink. So he needs. I think he just needs it just for survivability. He's going to get gone on here by the clockwork.
Cox going to trap him in place. There's the Hex follow-up. The net coming out. Man, their damage though seems to be a little bit lacking. Magic Missile finally happens, and it's enough. So took a while. That was a journey and a half right there for Blue Pikachu, but they eventually do beat through the Tiny to get the kill. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Ursa goes down. Looks like Omni Knight and Sand King diving to make that kill happen. So I just happened to miss, and I'm missing the top lane. All right, now goes Beastmaster. I like to ramble on sometimes, and thus kills are missed. But anyways, top lane also goes down. So what was seeming pretty good for Blue Pikachu, they do lose 2 heroes in response.
Yeah, this turned out to be a bad trade. But it does show that they have that lockdown available for any one of the heroes. Like Timbersaw is not going to be a problem for him to actually lock down, as he often can just roam mentally, but he will be able to be locked down, I think. So there's that at least.
Bane comes back to the middle lane. Boots on him. Gonna throw the Nightmare up on Vengeful. It's taken off by Rasta. Here comes Bulba though. Stuns in onto the Rasta, and that'll be an easy kill on him. It looks like. Final auto attack from Bane to finish the job. All Vengeful could do is just kind of watch nearby. So nice kill happening there. Bottom lane, they're running after the Omni Knight, but yeah, he's got phase boots now, man. So he's just a little bit too fast. And he's able to make it out.
Two in D-Gen aura as well, so I mean he's kind of slowing well. He didn't take any repel yet.
Yeah, I mean repel down here doesn't necessarily see it. That's what I was saying like from the beginning though, right? Repel doesn't really feel like that good of a tool this game in general. Like the ulti of Beastmaster still goes through it. I mean Hookshot still goes through it. The swap still goes through it. Like there's still plenty that it just doesn't do against. So I can't say I'm too surprised on that. But, oh, yeah, they're getting caught here again at the bottom lane. They're A little bit awkward because in the response, Bulba and MSS both taking some good damage, but they're going to be fine. And they'll pop that regen. So yeah, it seems like this Omni Knight lane is going pretty well. Although Ursa, his farm is actually not too bad either. There's another stun. Is that a kill this time? Nope, not enough damage initially, but MSS is going to sit there with the auto attacks. Going to force the magic stick use at least. But yeah, that level 2 degen aura, Omni's just able to run at them. And it just doesn't seem like they can do a damn thing about it. That's got to be so frustrating, right? What do you think about them not having Rasta down here, by the way? Is that a fault maybe of Blue Pikachu?
No, I mean he was there. He just rotated out. All three of them are in attendance. The thing, the Omni Knight, it doesn't have like an Orb of Venom, and it's like I normally expect to see that it's not to harass. Maybe it's not so good after they changed it to take off the salve, so patch.
Yeah. Well, Beastmaster level 3 Call of the Wild, so soon to be level 4. And
that's fierce, man. That is fierce.
Random neutral. Scary. What do you think? Is there a neutral of choice that you think Beastmasters hope for, or is it just kind of they react to whatever they get?
No, it's 100% situational, isn't it? I think. Like, I really like the Satyr with the ball doing. Oh, Mason's going on in here. I don't think he does.
Yeah, caught that one right there. That was just nice smoke ink really coming up from the tower side. Oh, bottom lane, by the way. MSS, he's running away. Mason, meanwhile, kills Beastmaster. So all three lanes have some action, but it looks like down here, he's going to not only live, but maybe he looks to set up some turns now. Bulba, he finds Alarin. On the clockwork, Bane running over. Nightmare has that level 2 Brain Sap as well. Activating that. The clockwork cogs are going to try to box them out, but the nice heal from MSS and the final auto attack from Sand King do him in. So, yeah, now a 7-1 start for Digital Chaos at this point. And similar to last game, though, to be fair, DC did get off to a very good start. But Blue Pikachu last game, they had that one hero in Sven's case that was at least doing very well, and that kind of showed. This time, not to be a negative Nancy here, but they don't really have a lot going for them.
Yeah, I mean, it was much more balanced throughout all phases. As far as farm and XP and stuff is concerned. This time round, Digital Chaos has a 3k net worth lead. It's coming up for 7 minutes. That's a telling story. I don't know though, like if Beastmaster, if they've got a lot of nice abilities, maybe they just need some levels, maybe try and get some items and things to turn around.
Oh, level 6 is a good start. Not there just yet. They're going to lose Clockwork again. Mason sitting on top of them. Obviously, he is plenty tanky. They are going to lose Sand King elsewhere. Oh, that was right here, but they're going to lose Sand King as Ryu Boris, he's now limping away, is level 6, so has the Primal Roar now. But really going on Timbersaw, that it seems like that'd be a very, very costly idea. So not going to do so. Bane is rotating around, and maybe they could catch him. That would definitely be a kill.
Radiant's bottom tower
They could make
under
happen,
attack.
but not going to be given the chance for the time being. But because of these rotations, you see the bottom lane, Omni Knight. In fact, he's going to TP to the top lane now, as he thought action might have been picking up there, but Beastmaster TPs away before too much could happen. So, yeah, I mean, getting level 6, I think Beastmaster for me is kind of the key. And similar to last game, too, to be fair, him on Brewmaster, he used that Primal Split and also proved to be pretty effective in that game. In this case, using the Primal Roar to maybe get a kill or two and kind of trying to snowball off of that, I think, is perhaps what you're looking for if you're Blue Pikachu.
Yeah, I think I've heard stories about Ryu Boris on Beastmaster before, so at least they've got that going for them, you know?
Radiant's
But they're going to get,
structures are fortified.
yeah, that top tower's going to fall, I think.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, they're not defending this one. That should be an easy
Radiant's
tower
top
kill.
tower is under attack.
Middle lane, meanwhile, Vengeful Spirit. I mean, what is Vengeful
Radiant's
doing,
top
really? He's got the
tower
Ring of
has
Aquila. Power Tread's almost finished. That's the thing, too. Like, how do you build a Vengeful Spirit this game? You just maybe go the Dragonlance, a Hurricane Pike, I guess, potentially, or a different route. Is something else coming to mind?
No, I definitely think maybe like a Hurricane Pike and a Mana or Soft Grass, something like that. But I mean, you want to get BKB as well. They've got a lot of stuff to lock you down. Not as much as Blue Pikachu have got, obviously. I don't know if BKB. I think it probably build it like second or third. I don't think it built it.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, I expect you to guess every single item
Radiant
correctly,
structures
so
are fortified.
second he's wrong or he's different, I'm going to call you out on it. All right, we'll see. Scourge McDuck playing the Vengeful Spirit mid. Bottom lane, meanwhile, they lose Beastmaster. He actually even tried a Primal Roar as they were going on him, and he
Radiant's
just
bottom
simply could not
tower
cast
is
it.
under
So
attack.
It's the woes continue in 9-2 start now for Digital Chaos. Mason, obviously Timbersaw is also a hero that he gets a great start. He just becomes unkillable, it feels like. And they're going to try up here. There we go. Prime Aurora activated. They're collapsing as 4 heroes coming together. The Shackle's even used, but man, is he tanky, and Bulba stuns through onto 3. And rage bot by Villain, but the getaway with the Timber Chain from Mason. He gets a kill on 1 with the Chakram down as well. And now Mason looking to help perhaps turn on more heroes at this point. You know, just simply stating how tanky Timbersaw is. And perfect example shown by Blue Pikachu right there.
Just a little bit of help from Bulba was all they needed to stop
Radiant's
that guy
bottom
from
tower
happening.
is
Yeah.
under
That's
attack.
just mental regeneration. I don't know, maybe if they'd comboed, I mean, they used everything, right? Did they shackle? I think they shackled as well.
Yep.
Just, yeah, Bulba's play there, just coming in a little cheeky stun on
Radiant's
4,
bottom
you know?
tower has fallen.
Yeah, that was a good position to be in from the Sand King, and again, all required was that one simple stun really from him. Look at the top lane, by the way. What is MSS doing? He's diving almost to tier 3. He takes out
Radiant's
Clockwork
top tower is under
with the
attack.
purification. He has a level 4 purification now, level 3 Degen aura, just again so slow when you're next to him. And now he has the drums finished on top of that. Always love to see the drums. Something about that item I feel like
Dire's middle
has been so
tower is under
underappreciated for a
attack.
long time. So
Radiant's
picked
top
up here by
tower
Omni
is under
Knight.
attack.
nice
So,
team fighting ability or item to have.
10 minutes in, 3 minutes later from last time, and they've managed to triple the net worth difference. 9k for Digital Chaos, man. I think, yeah, this is tough, man. I'm not sure they're even going to be able to hold back. I think they're going to be so much farm and levels on Digital Chaos that they're just going to be able to roll over whatever lane they push up.
But Jivakis, you can't give up. You're the coach of Blue Pikachu here. You see what's going on. What is your strat? What is your call
Radiant's middle
to
tower
Blue
is under
Pikachu
attack.
to at least keep them in this game? What do you
I
tell
don't
them?
know, man. Don't fight. Just let your towers go down and kind of push in other lanes. Make them move around you while your cores get some farm and items.
Well, the don't fighting thing is already failing here, unfortunately. Rasta gets picked off in Clockwork. He's going to try to get killed by Newts. That's not going to work. That hammer, man, just
Radiant's bottom
thwacking him
tower
over and
is
over
under
again.
attack.
Yeah,
Doing
but
too
space for
much.
Beastmaster and Venge, man. Space created.
There you go.
Both of them managed to get 250 gold or
Dire's
so
middle
from
tower
farming.
is under attack.
Always got to make a
Radiant's bottom
positive.
tower is
Using
under
that
attack.
Satyr that he has spawned here as well as Beastmaster. So trying to push out the top lane. Yeah, just getting any objective at this point would feel nice if you're Blue Pikachu at 12.5 minutes almost into the game.
There is a Venge who's smoked for Invis.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Yeah, maybe
I
find
don't
a
think they want to
chance.
give up tower for it though.
Ursa's up here. They're going, man. They're using everything. Okay. They got Bulba.
Right, worth?
Radiant's
Maybe
bottom
not.
tower has fallen.
I think that is worth every day of the week, no matter how the game's going. No, but DC, I don't know if they're overall too scared here. GA is ready for Omni Knight, so if they get overcommitted, got to be ready for that. Got
Radiant's
MSS just
bottom
hugging the
tower
tower.
is
Demons
under
keeping his
attack.
distance. He has Fiend's Grip, by the way. And here we go. We're going to see an engagement. He's thinking about it. He puts a Nightmare up on Ursa. Timbersaw comes in with the Timber Chain, takes out the Nightmare right there. Vengeful Spirit, they're going to be locked out by the Fiend's Grip. He goes down. There's that Guardian Angel we're talking about. And all of a sudden, Vil, he's just he's tickling people at this point. AKA really not doing nothing. Ursa, nice shackles on a Timbersaw. Well, not really. Not going to do as much as far as holding them back as they still take out the Ursa. And now Clockwork, he too is going to fall. So the effort was there from Blue Pikachu, but again, it just seemed like from the beginning that was going to be a failed attempt all along.
Yeah, man. I mean, I think they just should have just left it. You know,
Yeah.
just let them die. Whatever. You know, it's better for the team.
Yeah, it's like killing Sand King and getting the objective, but yeah, they got a little distracted going for more right there. How about the? It's kind of funny because I don't know about you, but I almost forgot Tiny was in this game. They have 17 hero kills. He's been involved in 2 of them, both assists. But that's just how well this has been going. Oh, they killed Bulba again. Okay.
Yeah, if Qualifier was trying to show his tiny prominence, then he's. I mean, at least last hits wise, he's doing all right.
Yeah.
You know, whatever. He's gone Shadow Blade actually instead of Blink, so I think that's normal though. The Shadow Blade combos really well with Tiny's abilities, especially. That's what Arteezy was building actually. I thought because he was mid, he would build the blink.
Yeah.
He did.
Just some kind of initiation tool. I mean, yeah, Shadowblade I think is actually fine as well, but yeah, again, last game Mason didn't have either. He just went straight up more like battle build, I guess you can call it. But yeah, Qualifier gets something here, at least in the Shadowblade. And as we're having that discussion, that was fun. Neutral creep killing the Clockwork there as he was Fiend's gripped right in them. Rasta, he manages to avoid the avalanche, but you can tell we're at a point already where Digital Chaos is having fun with this now. Diving past tier 2 towers.
I think they're getting to a sort of unthrowable point here. So long as they don't start dying en masse, they can do whatever they want, I guess, for a bit. There's a sneaky Roche going on, though, is there?
Really? Okay. Well, I guess they ever. So yeah, that's very possible, and it's done. All right. Well, got a second life on Ursa now. So that's one of the ways to at least hang in here if you're Blue Pikachu. And
you
give yourself
last at least 8 seconds longer in each team fight now.
Oh man, Timbersaw, 15 charges on that Bloodstone. Out comes a shock, and that's going to be an Aegis already dead. Mason getting a little bit low right there, but healed on up, and he'll be fine. Now Ursa runs on in, Enrage's ready to go, but he's just simply running away as they've lost Clockwork already. Swap in from Vengeful Spirit going for the kill, maybe on a Quake Fight, not going to be enough. Magic Missile, no! Ryu Boris throws out the Wild Axes, but also going to be dodged by the Tiny right there. So they take out the tier 2 tower, and DC, they're not going to keep going. Tiny says, all right, time to get back. Enough is enough. Let's not overdo it if you're DC here. Yeah, this has been without the blink, too, on Sand King, who actually now has it being delivered at least at this time. So the draft of Digital Chaos has definitely proven to do quite a bit of work here. Game number 2. And, oh, they're going to find Beastmaster. Maybe? Well, maybe not. Omni Knight's now going to be turned on, actually. Ursa running with the Rage, but again, the Guardian Angel coming out is just going to go for the TP, and he will be successful. MSS, great escape. Mason, meanwhile, he cuts through the Rasta, but now he's in trouble, and Timbersaw, the raid boss, no, he's still alive. And Timber chains away, gets the kill on the Scrooge McDuck, and the regen's kicking in. The Wild Axes don't do still not enough damage to Timber chain back and forth. A triple kill for Mason and Beastmaster. They're calling it GG's, at least keep him alive before it's officially over, but DC will take game number 2. And thus take the series, and they do indeed kill Beastmaster in the end.
Stop hurting me. Stop hurting me. Give up. Good game.
Yeah. That was fun. Well, that was a pretty quick one, Jivakis, but a victory indeed for DC. I mean, was it draft? Was it play? What do you think overall how it played out?
No, I think the damage was done in game 1. By Digital Chaos, winning it, and Blue Pikachu obviously they just didn't come back to this game with the same, I don't know, the same life as they had in game 1. I don't know if there was a bit of internal conflict or whatever, and their drafts they just didn't make it work. I mean, I'm not even sure Save even made it to level 6. You know, the idea was that he would be split pushing and whatnot. He only was level 5. But Digital Chaos, you know, really emboldened by their victory, just came online. Mason on Timbersaw 11-0-6. You know, Demon with the Bane. Look at them, an MSS 5-0-5 on the offlane Omni. He never died, man. On the offlane, when they had 3 heroes that could potentially lock him down, and he didn't scale Repel until, like, I don't know, level 5, level 6. I don't think it was level 6, but you know, amazing. Digital Chaos showing some form, man. I mean, Blue Pikachu maybe not the highest caliber, but at least, yeah. I mean, I think this unconventional draft, you know.
Yeah, it's still early on in the new patch, so again, a lot of just trial things happening. More of that here, and DC, they definitely should be feeling good after a solid victory. Again, like you said, it's nothing against Blue Pikachu. They're not necessarily, you know, they're not an EG, a complexity, or anything like that, but it's still a victory, a solid victory for DC. With this new roster and the new patch and moving forward now. But still work to be done. They're going to be playing the winner of our next series of what is VGJ Storm versus Team Leviathan in a best of 3. And then the winner of that series will then move on to play then Complexity with a chance to try to move to the finals of these NA qualifiers. So again, still a long road ahead of them if they want to ultimately make it to the Summit 8 event. But a good start. As far as Blue Pikachu is concerned, they actually are still in it. They are going to drop down to now the loser side, and they'll play the loser of the VGJ Storm Leviathan series. With that said, guys, we are going to be on a bit of a break here. This happened to be, a fairly quicker 2-0 series. So the next series set to happen at 6 p.m. Eastern, which is in about an hour and a half from now, actually. So for now, I'm going to keep the stream on. I am going to double check on something. I might just keep it on all the way through. In fact, just because why not? So, but the cast itself will not happen for another hour and a half. But going to be wrapping it up for now. Jivakis, want to thank you for joining for now, and perhaps you're going to be joining me later. So we're going to be wrapping up, though, on this series. So, again, guys, thanks for tuning in. I was Breaker CPK, joined by General Jivakis here, the Summit 8 NA Qualifiers, DC 2-0 over Blue Pikachu. Hour and a half break. We'll see you then. VGJ Storm versus Team Leviathan. Until then, guys.